There was a time when the world marveled at the rapid transformation of a desert into a global metropolis. At the heart of this metamorphosis is the Al Maktoum family, whose vision and wealth have sculpted Dubai's skyline and economy. This video offers an inside look into the lives of Dubai's richest family and their trillion-dollar empire. The story of the Al Maktoum family begins long before Dubai had skyscrapers, luxury malls, or indoor ski slopes. Back in 1833, they took control of what was then a quiet coastal settlement. The family's leadership hasn't changed since. Today, Dubai is a global name, and that shift didn't happen by accident. A big part of it is due to Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the man who has led Dubai since 2006, but whose influence began years earlier as crown prince. He's more than just the ruler of Dubai. Sheikh Mohammed also serves as vice president and prime minister of the United Arab Emirates. That gives him not just power within the city, but also weight at the federal level. But what really sets him apart is how involved he's been in shaping the place people recognize today. Under his watch, Dubai went from being known for trade in pearl, diving to launching record-breaking construction projects, world-class airlines, and global business districts. A lot of what people associate with modern Dubai, like the Burj Khalifa, the Dubai Metro, and the transformation of Sheikh Zayed Road, were all pushed forward under his leadership. These weren't just random vanity projects, they were planned moves aimed at turning Dubai into a magnet for tourism, real estate, and global commerce. Even things like free zones, which made it easier for foreign companies to set up shop, were part of that same strategy. The Al Maktoum family doesn't just hold political roles, they're deeply tied to the fabric of the city. Their history is built into Dubai's growth. Older generations of the family helped secure the city's early oil trade relationships, while newer members have expanded into areas like tech, sustainability, and even social media branding. It's not unusual for younger royals like Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed, also known as Fazza, to post updates that show everything from daily life in Dubai to national celebrations. But behind all that is a constant sense of continuity, the idea that Dubai is still being shaped by the same family that's been guiding it for nearly 2 centuries. That's rare in today's world. In most countries, leadership changes often. In Dubai, the Al Maktoums have built something that feels permanent even as the skyline changes every year. From governance to grandeur, the family's influence is evident in Dubai's iconic landmarks. You can't talk about Dubai without mentioning the skyline. It's hard to ignore the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, standing at over 2,700 feet. It's not just a tourist attraction, it's a symbol of what the city and the Al Maktoum family behind it set out to do. The Palm Jumeirah, a man-made island shaped like a palm tree, is another example. These aren't projects that were built just to impress visitors, they were part of a much larger plan to make Dubai stand out on the global map. Not only as a place to do business, but as somewhere people would travel across the world to see. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum played a direct role in making these projects happen. The Burj Khalifa was launched during his leadership, and even as the 2008 financial crisis hit, the construction kept going. He didn't want Dubai to be known as a city that paused when things got tough. That same drive shows up across the city in the design of the Dubai frame, in the Museum of the Future, and even in the way the Dubai Mall was planned to be more than just a shopping center. It's about building things that last and draw attention without needing to say much. But the family's real estate reach isn't limited to the UAE. Sheikh Mohammed is one of the largest private landowners in the United Kingdom. According to records published by The Guardian, he owns over 40,000 hectares of land across London, Scotland, and the Newmarket area. Some of that is tied to his interest in horse racing, but much of it is just valuable, quiet countryside or strategic urban plots. These holdings aren't flashy, they don't make headlines in the same way as skyscrapers, but there are long-term assets that stretch the family's influence far beyond the Gulf. In Scotland, his Balmoral estate neighbor once mentioned how low-key Sheikh Mohammed's presence actually is when he's visiting. No grand announcements, just another landowner with serious reach. that quiet ownership fits with a broader pattern. While Dubai's public-facing buildings are designed to be seen and shared, much of the family's wealth sits behind closed doors and international borders, doing its work quietly. While their real estate portfolio is vast, the family's ventures extend into the skies and seas. If you've ever flown with Emirates, you've already experienced a part of the Al Maktoum family's influence. The airline, launched in 1985 with just 2 leased aircraft, has grown into one of the most recognized carriers in the world. That didn't happen by accident. It was pushed forward under the broader vision of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who saw aviation not just as a business, but as a gateway to making Dubai a global transit hub. Today, Emirates flies to over 150 destinations and is often listed among the top airlines for comfort, service, and overall experience. For many international travelers, Emirates is their first impression of Dubai, and that's exactly how the family intended it. The airline isn't just about moving people from one city to another, it's about shaping perception. From the gold-accented first-class suites to onboard showers and lounges, Emirates feels more like a hotel than an airplane. It's meant to send a message that Dubai, and by extension the Al Maktoums, set a certain standard when it comes to quality and scale. And the investment has paid off, not only in reputation but also in positioning Dubai as a natural layover for business people, tourists, and cargo heading between Europe, Asia, and Africa. These skies aren't the only place where the family leaves their mark. On the water, they're just as present. One of the most well-known examples is the yacht Dubai, a vessel that was initially commissioned by Prince Jeffrey of Brunei, but ended up being completed under Sheikh Mohammed's ownership. It's one of the largest private yachts in the world, valued at more than $400 million. The ship spans about 531 feet and includes a helipad, pool, movie theater, and space for dozens of guests. In many ways, it's a floating palace designed for comfort but also for status. What's notable is that the yacht isn't often seen docked in places like Monaco or the French Riviera, where celebrity vessels usually gather. It's mostly kept within the Gulf or during private voyages. That fits with the family's broader approach: high-end but reserved, owned, not flaunted. The yacht is rarely photographed and not available for charter. It's private in the truest sense, built for family use and official hosting rather than Instagram moments. Beyond transportation, the Al Maktoums have a deep-rooted connection to equestrian pursuits. For Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, horse racing isn't just a hobby, it's part of his identity. Long before Dubai became known for skyscrapers and super yachts, the Al Maktoum family was already deeply involved in the equestrian world. It's something that's carried through generations, not just as a sport, but as a serious pursuit of excellence and legacy. Sheikh Mohammed took that interest and turned it into a global powerhouse with the founding of Godolphin in 1992. Godolphin is more than just a racing team. It's a full-scale breeding and trading operation with bases in Dubai, Newmarket in the UK, County Kildare in Ireland, and multiple sites in the United States and Australia. The name itself comes from the Godolphin Arabian, one of 3 stallions that are considered the foundation of modern thoroughbred bloodlines. That choice wasn't random. It speaks to how much thought was put into shaping Godolphin's image from the beginning. It was about heritage, yes, but also about putting the UAE on the global racing map. The results have been staggering. Godolphin horses have won virtually every major race you can think of. The Epsom Derby, the Melbourne Cup, the Breeders' Cup Turf, and the Dubai World Cup, among others. They've had hundreds of Group 1 wins, and the distinctive royal blue silks are now instantly recognizable on racetracks across the world. Trainers like Charlie Appleby and Said bin Surur have helped make Godolphin a name that even casual racing fans know. In 2015, they took home the title of leading owner in Britain, a feat they've repeated multiple times since. But the horse racing story isn't just about wins. It's also about how it reflects Sheikh Mohammed's larger worldview. Just like he approached Dubai's development with a long-term mindset, his involvement in racing has always been strategic. He's invested heavily in bloodstock, owning some of the world's most valuable stallions and broodmares, and built an infrastructure designed to last beyond his lifetime. Darley, the family's breeding arm, plays a central role in this, with horses standing at stud in multiple countries. What stands out about Godolphin and Darley is that they've never been flashy operations. You won't find Sheikh Mohammed turning up to every event with a camera crew. Instead, the focus stays on the horses, the trainers, and the work behind the scenes. That quiet consistency is what's earned them respect in an industry where fortunes can shift fast. Back in Dubai, the maiden racecourse stands as a local counterpart to Godolphin's global reach. It's not just a racetrack, it's a symbol of how much horse racing is woven into the city's identity. The Dubai World Cup, which runs there every March, is one of the richest races in the world and draws competitors and fans from every corner of the globe. It's not just a sporting event, it's part of the calendar in the same way fashion weeks and film festivals are for other cities. While their public ventures are well known, the family's private lives have also garnered attention. For a family that plays such a visible role in shaping Dubai, the Al Maktoums have often tried to keep their personal lives away from the headlines. But when a family is this powerful, privacy only stretches so far. In recent years, certain events have pushed their private affairs into global media, especially surrounding Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's relationship with Princess Haya bint Al Hussein. Princess Haya, the daughter of the late King Hussein of Jordan and a former Olympic equestrian, married Sheikh Mohammed in 2004. For a long time, they appeared in public as a modern royal couple, attending racing events in the UK, hosting diplomatic functions, and raising their 2 children between Dubai and London. That public image changed dramatically in 2019 when Princess Haya left Dubai and sought asylum in the UK, bringing her children with her. What followed was one of the most closely watched family court cases in recent memory. The legal battle wasn't just about custody, it involved accusations of surveillance, intimidation, and abduction claims tied to 2 of Sheikh Mohammed's other daughters, Princess Latifa and Princess Shamsa. The case revealed details that would have otherwise never seen the light of day, including allegations that Sheikh Mohammed used sophisticated software like Pegasus to monitor Princess Haya's phone and those of her legal team. British courts ruled in favor of Princess Haya, granting her custody and awarding her one of the largest divorce settlements in UK history, reportedly over £500 million, intended to secure her and her children's safety and living arrangements in the UK. The court also concluded that Sheikh Mohammed had orchestrated abductions of his daughters and continued to intimidate Princess Haya during the proceedings. While Sheikh Mohammed has publicly denied wrongdoing, the damage to his personal reputation outside the UAE has been significant. Even beyond that specific case, the Al Maktoum family's private matters have occasionally surfaced in ways that contrast sharply with the polished image Dubai projects to the world. Princess Latifa's attempted escape in 2018 and subsequent reappearance months later, followed by carefully staged photos and vague updates from officials, sparked criticism from human rights groups and global organizations like the United Nations. These stories aren't just gossip, they open discussions about power, autonomy, and what life can really look like inside royal circles, especially when the stakes involve both political control and personal freedom. At home in Dubai, the coverage is much quieter. Local media rarely report on these issues, and the general tone surrounding the family remains respectful and celebratory. For many Emiratis and longtime residents, the Al Maktoums are seen as guardians of progress and stability. But outside that bubble, the global press has grown more willing to ask questions. Despite personal challenges, the family's commitment to philanthropy remains unwavering. The Al Maktoum family doesn't make a big show out of their philanthropy, but if you look closely, it's clear they've poured serious time and money into causes that affect daily life across the UAE. Much of it is embedded in long-term infrastructure. projects that don't often come with fanfare but that people rely on every day. Hospitals, schools, and charitable foundations funded or supported by the ruling family are spread across Dubai, from major institutions like Dubai Healthcare City to initiatives focused on community development in less visible areas. Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, Dubai's crown prince, is often the most publicly engaged when it comes to modern outreach. His support for health-related causes became especially visible during the COVID-19 pandemic, when he backed large-scale efforts to provide medical support and supplies. More recently, he's also spoken out about mental health and animal protection, topics that don't always make headlines in the Gulf but carry weight for younger generations. He's been photographed personally helping with animal rescue efforts and has posted consistently about preserving the natural heritage of the region, from Arabian oryx to falcons. Sheikh Mohammed himself has also led large philanthropic campaigns over the years. One of the most prominent is the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Global Initiatives Foundations. It's an umbrella organization that supports everything from youth development and water access to disease eradication programs in other parts of the Middle East and Africa. These efforts aren't small. They have funded eye surgeries, clean water programs, and literacy initiatives that reach well beyond Dubai's borders. It's not just about improving life in the UAE, it's about using the city's wealth to push resources into places where they're badly needed. Another area where their contribution stands out is cultural preservation. The family has invested heavily in building institutions like the Ittihad Museum and supporting events such as the Dubai International Film Festival and Art Dubai. These aren't just for show, they're part of a broader effort to promote a cultural identity that feels distinctively Emirati while still open to global visitors. It's about maintaining a connection to history in a city that's always racing forward. So, while the headlines may focus on skyscrapers and supercars, there is another layer to the Al Maktoum's family's presence, one that shows up in classrooms, clinics, and community centers, not just as rulers, but as long-term investors in the lives of the people who live under their flag. Their influence also permeates the digital realm, shaping perceptions globally. So, as we reflect on the multifaceted endeavors of the Al Maktoum family, one question arises. How does a royal family balance immense wealth, public duty, and personal challenges in the modern world? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.